Hey guys. Oh, this is easily one of my worst ways I've had in the past 5 months. It sucks that I have to keep up with what I normally have to do. I've set myself up to do a certain amount of work in the last 5 years, and now I'm kind of set back. Oh, I am set back. My body is crumbling today. My brain feels so fucked up. It's definitely really weird today. It's been weird, but it's getting worse and worse. Stress is not making it any better. Something going on every single day. Something major. Always something major. I mean, something in the universe is pushing me over and over and over again. And I don't know how I keep standing up, to be honest. I have a little more energy today. But it's a lot of bad news today, and being in a really weird ass wave. I got a COVID test today just to always make sure. Every time I'm in a wave, I get one. So basically, I get like every time I'm in a pretty big wave, usually like every month. So funny how every time a wave pops in, it's like completely different. If it was always the same, I wouldn't worry so much, you know. Brain is just feeling totally tweaked. Oh. Normally I can hide waves pretty well, but my warped ass vision and everything's so fucking weird. It's always weird, but man, when it gets this fucked, some of this is like when I first fucked up the Remeron. It's pretty intense. I still don't know why I'm dealing with it so harsh, and to know that I probably have to when I have to cut Remeron. Hey, nice to see you. Oh, it's been rough. It's been really rough. So, a wave that's not ending. I've been having a really hard time. All that makes me think is that how am I going to one day start tapering Remeron? And I have to. No matter how I feel, eventually I'm going to have to start. Realistically, that's Remeron is what's keeping me in this situation. But mentally, I don't know how I'm going to fucking do it. Physical is bad, but I could tolerate that no matter how bad it gets. But when the mental symptoms turn into so out of control, I just don't know how to deal with it. Ugh. So I'm basically just trying to get by, more or less. Yeah, I do every day. But I'm not saying physical is great by any means, but nothing's worse than not having your brain be there for you and feeling detached from reality and not seeing things normally and things get warped and it's fucking weird. It's like I could still work no matter how physically disabled I am. If I had my mental status, I could pretty much do anything. But since I'm physically and mentally fucked. I know there's a lot of people don't have the mental symptoms from benzos and antidepressants, but for some reason I got royally fucked with that. Just sucks. When my mental symptoms get better, I can do so much more. Even if my physical symptoms are bad, yeah, I feel slow, but that doesn't really change anything. It's the loss of reality and uh, paranoia and stuff. But it's more the warped brain feeling and derealization. which I've had for like 30 years, but it gets really intense. It's really hard to explain. I don't care if honestly, I don't care if I feel stupid. I don't care if my memory goes, stuff like that. Yeah, yeah, for sure. It's definitely part of it. It's like I have a fishbowl over my head. Honestly, I couldn't even explain anymore how bad my head gets. I can't explain how bad it goes and what it's like. Because anything I explain, it's always way worse than that. I've been dealing with depersonalization and derealization for like 30 years of my life. I don't get much head pressure anymore. Dizziness I've had for years, but dizziness is the least of my worries. See, a lot of those issues I've had for so long, I don't even worry about them. I just want my feel like I'm sane. To me, like dizziness is like a regular person's problem. It's like I can deal with that kind of stuff. I have all over pain, and I can deal with that. I have no idea. If I knew, I mean, how would I know? Nobody knows. Some people could say it was drug use. Some people could say it was from the doctors. It was good. Some people say it was from surgery. It was somebody would say it was from an accident. You don't really know. I mean, I have no idea. I started. I'm 44 now. I'd say my derealization started when I was like 18. But after benzos, it got to a point where it got really bad. And now after the Remeron fuck up, it's like really bad some days. Luckily, I get some breaks from it, but that just almost makes things worse. But I've always had it, so it's not like I'm not used to it. But there's never really there's never really a point where you get used to feeling out of reality and having to work and do stuff like that. No, I know I'm not crazy, but it doesn't matter. It's how I feel inside. And the sad part is, it's like when I start tapering the Remeron, it's all going to get way worse. That's the sad part. I was on a roll with it before. I could handle it, but now that my nervous system's so fucked up, I can't wait another 3 years or something for me to start tapering again. I mean, that probably would just make things worse. But I know I'm not crazy. I know exactly what's going on. I know exactly what's going on with me. But the problem is, it's like I don't know how much I can handle of it because I've come to the point many times where I cannot handle it. No, no, no way. That's what got me in that's what got me in trouble with Remeron. Is taking something for something else. I mean, I guess I can take an aspirin once in a while, but that ain't gonna help. No drugs are gonna help. I mean, I wouldn't even honestly. There's nothing that would help this. If there was, I probably would have been on it before. I'd rather be homeless tapering than trying different drugs and having a home. Because my problem is being on these drugs. Once I'm off the damn drug and I have time for healing, I know I'll be a lot better. I'll always have DPDR. I'll always have it. But it'll be at a level I can live. But until then, this Remeron is just itching my fucking nervous system and just making my sensory shit so bad. And I'm at the point where I either need to start tapering soon or wait a lot longer and hope that it's not the Remeron just keeping me worse and worse and worse. Because these waves are fucking fucked. And then it's back to like trying to, I'm gonna get vaccinated eventually once I feel decent again. And every time I'm in a wave, I feel like I'm never gonna get fucking better. I'm gonna have to go. With Remeron, I've always tapered the slowest possible way I could. I mean, it's been 4 years tapering it, and I still have it to go. And at this point, there's really no way to make it slower. 1 gram at a time. So I'm at 1.2, and I do 1 gram. I mean, seriously, it's still gonna fuck me up because that's what I was doing the whole time, and that made me sick the whole fucking way. And once I did 2 grams, which is like nothing, it tore me. It tore my nervous system into shreds. I don't even know why. It's so sad. I spent all this fucking time doing the best I could, and it just still didn't matter. But yeah, I mean, it's probably going to take me another 2 years to get off of it once I start tapering it. Could be longer. All I know is I'm going to go to 1.1 from 1.2 and probably sit there for 2 months. And then go from 1.1 to 1.0 and sit there for 2 months. That's all I can do. But when you get lower on these pills, it's like such a bigger cut than what that 1 gram was from, 7.5 to 7.4. It's just the percentage is so much smaller in comparison. So now the percentage of 1 gram is much bigger. So there's no way to go any slower. I've already done so much research and there's just no way to go slower. I'd even go lower if I could. If I could do half a gram, I would, but there's just no way to do it. Sucks. But hopefully it won't be as bad as I'm thinking it will be. But these waves are intense. Fuck. But yeah, I won't take anything else. Once in a while, I'll take something if it's crazy. Like when I fucked up the Remeron, I took gabapentin a couple times, and that helped in the meantime. But I won't get used to some other drug. No way. Because then I'll be stuck on that one. I don't want to do that cycle with drugs. I'd rather suffer incredibly now than suffer for more years than I have to. Even if it takes me out, I'd rather die. And that's really sad. It's really sad. But I'd rather die. Hasn't helped that I've had some such severe storms here that have been scaring the fuck out of me. I hate not having a basement or even a lower level apartment, At least with a lower level on an apartment, you have half a chance. But no, I'm on the second fucking story. Scares me every time. We might get some bad weather later, but the way it's looking doesn't look so bad anymore. So I'm hoping that's the case. Let me see. See what the weather people are saying. It says don't let your guard down, but when I look at the radar, it looks pretty weak. It looks like it's breaking up. Hope so. I and what else made me really upset today is I had to take my dog into the vet. She had a lump. Uh, well, that's up to you. For me, I'd rather suffer because most of the time, those drugs they might help you a couple times. I've never had real relief from drugs for more than a week. So it's pointless to get relief for a week to have years of suffering from it. So I mean, if it's something you can do, more power to you. But anyway, I took my dog to the vet. She had a lump in her gum, and basically, I got to take her back in tomorrow, get her put under, and they have to possibly remove a couple of her teeth and biopsy the lump. And she's thinking it's cancer. I've only had the dog for a couple of years, 3 years, maybe now. No, not even 3 years. But yeah, she might have cancer. And I think she does. Hopefully, it's not like really harsh cancer to where they can laser it out. But she says there's a good chance that it might be all attached in there, and there's probably nothing they can do. She was just being honest, and I always appreciate that. But I got kind of sad because, like, I got her the last when my head was really fucked up. Still, was when I got her. It wasn't till too long after that I got low enough on the Remeron, my head started feeling better. So then I was able to take care of her, and now that my head's really fucked up again from the Remeron fuck up, now she might have to be, she might die. Oh, I'm sorry. I just put down two of my cats months ago, so all my animals are dying. I honestly don't know what I did in a past life to deserve such hell. I mean, just within the last 5 years has been the most unlucky time of my life. It just sucks. In withdrawal, I dealt with the withdrawal. I lost my favorite cat. She was a Sphinx. She was amazing. I lost her. Lost my other two cats. Possibly going to lose my dog. I got doctor. To, so I'm going for three things. One is sleep study. Trying to get one of those. Uh, visual snow. See Dr. Whitehead, possibly, and talk to him about Candida, even though he probably won't care about that. But I want to go see a gut doctor. Okay. And basically, I'm just sick of my head feeling like I'm in some sort of weird drugged state that I can't get out of. The fact I have to drive in that sucks. Oh, I have a headache too today. Oh, I'll probably take some ibuprofen. I only take that when I have to, but the headache's been rough. I actually take Advil, liquid gel Advil. Yeah, tolerance is. I went into tolerance about a week and a half after I was taking Xanax. It was absolutely fucking dreadful. I had no idea what was going on. I had no idea why I was getting so sick. But I'm like, I already kind of knew though. I'm like, I already need more of this fucking pill. I'm like, that is not a good sign because that means I'm going to have to keep going up and 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 up. And I'm like, I can't do that. I'll end up dying. I could see how serious it was right away. But tomorrow I have to take her into the vet at 8, and they're gonna put her under and give me a call after they give her some X-rays and biopsy the gum and tell me if it's tooth related. If it's just tooth related, then that means they can take out the teeth and clean up the wound, and hopefully the abscess will go down. But she's not thinking it's going to be that. She's kind of thinking it will be a tumor. Yeah, I still have paranoia now. My paranoia completely stopped for years until after I fucked up the Remeron. And now I get paranoid again, and the anxiety is out of control. It's not so bad for the last few days. I'm surprised because I'm in such a wave, so I'm happy for that. So my wave is more head related versus anxiety this time. I don't know what's worse. They're all terrible. One of my waves was just pure physical. It was terrible, but I continued doing everything I was doing just because my head was okay, so I could still drive and stuff like that. None of my doctors understand why it's so hard for me. I literally, I literally tell them I have derealization and depersonalization, and they don't even write it down. I'm like, I've never been diagnosed, but that's what it is. So why don't we write it down? Stupid. Well, Walmart sucks in general, so yeah. Any kind of big box store, it sucks. I do my best not to go there. The only time I go there is when I need an oil change because I only have like two options around me to get an oil change. So um, I go to Walmart because it's right across the street. Drop it, and then I do some shopping. So I'm just kind of cringe the whole time I'm in there. But a lot of it is the lights because I'm so sensitive to these crappy lights. It's those LEDs are fucking terrible. Same thing. It's like I go to Home Depot. It's like I like the store, but I can't hang out in there because of the lights. I automatically feel more drugged when I'm in those places. Actually, it's worse for me at Home Depot than Walmart. I actually feel a little better in Target. I don't know why. But people are also a lot shittier in Walmart. So it's hard to say. Hey. So yeah, got a lot going on. Usually I get pretty lucky when I have a lot going on and I'm not in a major wave and I could tolerate it. But this wave and a lot of stress has been coming on big time. It's just making everything 100 times worse. I'm gonna sign off in a minute, you guys. You gotta go lay down a little bit and watch some TV. Just hang out. It doesn't help that I sit and look at my phone so much, you know. That doesn't help my visual issues whatsoever. It's like I'm obsessed with it. Stupid. All right, I'm gonna run. Cindy, what are you doing so late? Oh yeah, let me see. Oh man, that's what I'm scared of. I have my doctor appointment tomorrow just to get the referral, even though I don't think I need a referral, but I'm gonna go in there and be like, I've been dealing with these issues for 25 years, and this is the first I've heard about it, so I don't want to blow it off. So if you can't help me, point me to somebody who can. I'm just gonna have to be a dick, because obviously that's probably what I'm gonna get. I'm sorry it went that way for you. And I had just had an endoscopy a couple years back. I'm not going to do another one. Unless he's got a good reason why. I mean, they're not that hard to do. I don't mind getting put under. The being put under and doing that was way easier than being awake and doing the fucking MRI. Oh, I'm sorry. I know that feeling. It's like they just don't care. It just sucks. It's like, if it is that, I'm going to have to see a natural doctor. Regular doctors don't care about that stuff. I almost feel stupid to bring it up to my regular doctor. He's just going to look at me like I'm an asshole. But I don't see them coming up with ideas. And that's the thing I'm going to have to say. I'm going to be like, well, you may find it funny, and it may not be something you're interested in, but honestly, I don't see anybody else coming up with any ideas for me on why I'm still sick. I mean, I know personally it's withdrawal and fucked up nervous system. I get all that. But the doctors don't believe it. And I say no. Well, if you don't believe it, then find the reason why I'm this fucked up. Because I'm sick of it and I can barely function. I don't get disability. I don't get the joy of disability. I have to work like everybody else. But instead of being everybody else, I have to be severely sick, mentally and physically. So, what a joke. Oh, that pisses me off for you. Damn, can't know stupid doctors. I did find a way to have all these comments on videos. They should stay. They should stay when I end this video. Anyway, I'm gonna go right now. Sorry about that, Cindy. That's a real bummer. I'm gonna go for now, and we'll talk soon. I'll let you know how my doctor's appointment goes tomorrow. I'm sure it'll go just as good as yours, but whatever. We'll talk later.